Alright, so hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sonic Saber 25, and welcome back to some more Sonic Unleashed. Last time, we took care of the Dark Gaia Phoenix and restored Chun-nan. And then I managed to lose all of my audio recordings, and after coping with that, we are back. So, let's head over to Spagonia without wasting any more time, and see where Professor Pickle is going to send us off to next. Oh my, the Dark Gaia Phoenix has appeared? Events are unfolding just as they are outlined in the Gaia manuscripts. Very interesting. Additional study of the Gaia manuscripts has yielded new information. Spagonia and Chun-nan are your next destination. You will need to consult the local populace for further details. Alright, Sonic, time is of the essence. Do pick up the pace. How dare you? I'm always fast. Now, first thing that I'm gonna do is go ahead to Aqueduct Street and say hi to Otto. So, you got the moon tablet from Lucia, huh? What? You've already gone through the door? You might be the chosen ones after all. And if you are, what more do I need to say? Just take this tablet. I'm sure you know by now that Lucia and I are temple guardians. It's our job not only to protect the temple, but also to guide the chosen. Find all the Gaia temples and put a cap on Dark Gaia as quick as you can. You know, I'm starting to resent these old men telling me to hurry up. I'm the fastest thing alive, goddanggit. Well, I'm not, Sonic is. Let's just take a quick detour to Main Street. Hey, Hippolyta has something she wants to give you. A present just for you. Do you want it? Now, I'll tell you, I don't really want to say no thanks, I'll pass when I'm offered a gift. Especially because I don't like the reaction. But we will do it for the sake of dialogue completion. And then wait, you don't want it? Hold on a second. This entire time, I thought it was her who would start crying. But it's actually Lucia. Why are you crying? This doesn't make any sense. If we say, sure, I do this time, we get the Spagonia Daytime Town theme. It's a pretty nice bop. I personally prefer the nighttime theme a little bit more. It's more cozy. Now, I'm not going to head to the Sacred Shrine or to the Sun Door because I have a very different plan today. And that involves first going to Chun-nan and unlocking the Gaia Gate in Chun-nan as well. Because I need all the Gaia Gates to be open for this. So if we head off to the restaurant. Yay, Sonic, thanks for saving Grandpa. I was so worried, and now I'm so hungry. Maybe I have a little something in my pocket, let me see. Hey, what's this doing in here? I can't eat this. You can have it. Okay. Secret Soundtrack 40. This is the Chun-nan Daytime Town theme. Again, a nice little bop, whatever you're listening to. I think it's pretty cool. The Chinese instruments, everything, very nice, very, energetic, I should say, compared to the nighttime theme. Once again, I prefer the nighttime theme, just because it's a little bit more, I don't know, I really don't know. It's a lot more smooth, I guess. I like a lot of the daytime action themes, but I really like the nighttime town themes. So if we head over to Waterflow Way, for rescuing the Elder, you have earned a well-deserved rest. What? Gaia Temple? Sorry, haven't heard of it. What? Didn't you give me the moon tablet? The Elder would be the one to talk about that. So if we head over to the back gate, words can't express how grateful I am to you two. My appreciation knows no bounds. I deeply, respectfully, and heartfully thank you. I've entrusted Hua Lin with something you've been looking for. I believe you'll find her sitting on a bench down the street. And quite literally, on the street bench is Hua Lin. You guys are awesome! You not only saved the Elder, you're gonna fix the whole planet. It sure is a big world. Oh, I almost forgot. The Elder gave me something to give to you. It's supposed to be very valuable, but I'm sure we can trust you with it. And we have unlocked the Gaia Gate for Chun-nan as well. So something to quickly point out, this entire hub that you're seeing here behind these icons is actually the hub straight from the HD version. In the HD version, you can actually walk around in this hub world. And that's the case for nearly every single continent, by the way, which I thought was pretty neat. But I'm going to head over to the Apotos Gaia Gate to start our first set of things to do, I should say. So the reason that I'm actually doing I'm unlocking all the Gaia Gates, that is because there is actually something that's been unlocked if Sonic will get over that measly little ledge. These metal doors are unlocked when you get a certain amount of sun and moon medals. And I have checked the temples off screen, all the Gaia Gates, and we have one that's unlocked in every continent actually up until now. So I'm going to start off with the one in Apotos, and we'll take a look inside. So inside every single one of these metal doors, I don't know why I keep saying metal, because it also sounds like metal. I mean, the doors could be made of metal. Metal doors. I don't know. Anyway, inside every single one of these metal doors, we have these puzzles, these mini puzzles, I should say. And some of them are fairly simple. Some of them can't even really be called puzzles. They're more just collectathons. And we have these items that will give us the collectible secret documents, just like the in-stage items. We can also get one-up items, and we can get secret mission items, which I haven't shown off. And if you die, you get reset at the door. So I'm going to show something else that I actually have glossed over in these Gaia temples. If we go over to the side here, you'll see these portals.
Whoa.
It's all mysterious. Yeah. I don't care. Chip, can you not interrupt me every 2 seconds? Okay, so you can see these little glowing spots. These are teleporters to different Gaia Gates. As you can see, we have 4 others unlocked. And how do you tell which Gaia Gate you're going to? Well, if you take a look at the marking here. If you recall, in the nighttime stages, the werehog had interactables like horizontal poles, ledges, and vertical poles with the exact same pattern. So this one was seen in Spagonia, this one with the snowflake in Holoska, obviously, this green one in Chun-nan, and by process of elimination, even though we don't have any night stages in Missouri, this is Missouri's. Wow, we warped all the way to a different Gaia Gate. Yeah. I'm gonna just read these fast because I don't really want Chip to just take up all my time. So, I actually haven't realized this, but the metal doors actually... I don't remember how many metals you need for all the doors that have been unlocked. So, hopefully, editing me would have me covered, I'm hoping, with a little bit of a graphic or something of the sort that tells you how many metals you need. So yeah, editing me, if you could just take care of that, that'd be great. So here we have something that is a little bit more interesting. Now, in the previous door, we actually had the switching between day and night between these two using spots of light. These little holes in the temple, I guess, is what they are. Now, we actually have specific locations that can only be reached by being a certain type of gameplay style. So something interesting that you can do here is if you crouch down, you can see that the dark transformation into the werehog is starting to take place. But if I just get up and it starts taking over and I crouch down immediately, I can actually delay the transformation as long as I've held down the crouch button. Oh, and also I glossed over it in the other door, but you can actually get a little graphic at the top right corner of the screen when you collect everything. So, you can keep this held down and you can maintain your day form. If I let go of it... I always find that really funny how the werehog just pops into view. It's like instant hair growth. He's like, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like one of those Chia Pet ads, except it's not grass. And he's not a Chia Pet. You know, as we head into these Gaia Gates, I have just realized something. There is some insane marketability for a Sonic the Hedgehog Chia Pet. Like, imagine this, okay? Imagine just having, like, a Sonic, and you can grow out the spikes from a certain mold or something. Or, if you can find a way to dye the plants in a weird dark blue color, you can actually transform Sonic into the werehog directly. Man, this is such a good idea. Anyway, we have a Secret Mission 1. We can head to the Sun Door at the Apotos Gaia Gate, which I will never do because I have the stage select. And we have a bit of a floodlight puzzle here. Now, I was struggling with this before when I was a kid, so the solution is well ingrained into my memory now. You are not supposed to throw this immediately. You are instead supposed to take these slowly, one by one, and put them over so that one box both blocks the... We got a Moondor mission, great. So one box should block both the... What am I trying to say? One box needs to block the light and also be held down on the switch at the same time, because if you transform, well, it delays the animation, and that's kind of annoying. Well, it delays our progress, really. The animation is actually a lot faster in this door compared to others. Maybe they were considerate of the fact that you would actually need to be going through multiple different animations to get this puzzle right. If you didn't know the puzzle, of course. If you're not a genius who's committed this to their memory like I have when I was 8 years old. I didn't commit it to memory. I just kind of figured it out as I approached the stage. Now, one thing I'm actually going to do is you need to manipulate these boxes so that you can get to the top. But, you know what? I should have just done it back there. So one thing I'm going to do is jump off a cliff. I should probably add a bit of context to that. I'm going to do this in-game. There we go. So, with that, the box is reset. Now, you might be wondering, well, what does that do for us? And I have to say, have some patience. Don't be like the old men who were telling us to hurry on with the Gaia Gates. We're trying to enjoy this game here. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be calling you out like that. I find it very weird that I sometimes talk to an imaginary audience, and then I'm also at the same time just fully aware of the fact that I am in a room alone, just playing a game and talking into a microphone with the hope that somebody will listen to it at some point after I edit it. It's a very surreal type of realization, I have to say. So let's head off to either Holoska or Chun-nan. So we're here in Holoska, and I actually don't remember what this puzzle has in store for us. So I am actually hoping that it's not too tough. Actually, no, I shouldn't be so worried because what I do remember about the game is that the puzzles are actually a lot easier in the beginning and a lot tougher in the later part of the game, which, I mean, yeah, standard game difficulty. But I think this is one of the first puzzles to actually have multiple rooms for us to explore. Or rather, areas that are blocked off by doors and stuff. And we get our extra life icon. So I should explain the life system in Sonic Unleashed. Well, for the Wii anyway. So for the HD version, that is the Xbox and the PS3 versions, you actually have your standard life system. You get a certain number of lives, 1-ups to increase the life that you have, you keep your lives across stages, and if you die, well, game over, and you have to restart the entire stage. Unleashed life system on the Wii is a little bit more different. You actually have these 1-up items that permanently increase the number of lives you have by 1. And every time you start a new day or night stage, you have a set number of lives. So see, for example, I just collected 2 lives. I'll have 4 lives total every single time I start any day or night stage. And if I lose those 4, then it's a game over. So the Wii version is actually a lot more forgiving. Our last stop is in Chun-nan. We have one more door left to explore. And as we do that, I just have to talk about... Well, I don't really know, actually. There's a lot to talk about in terms of... Okay, you know what? I have put this off for too long. I know that it's going to be questioned. So, yes, I did lose the recordings at some point of all of my audio. I think it's because of the format that I recorded them in. I was really mad about it for a while, but I've managed to sort of overcome that now. I've made my own peace with it. It just sucks, you know, because I lost so many good jokes, because I definitely remember some of the jokes I made in the previous recordings. And not to mention, this is not my first time losing these recordings, by the way. An entire set of recordings got corrupted, and I'm assuming that's also because of the file format. So an entire set of recordings got corrupted, and I had to re-record that before. And now I have to do it again. So this is actually the 3rd time I'm doing this. So yeah, a little bit frustrating, which again, like I said, I've overcome it because you can hear it in my tone. I'm not quite as mad about everything as I was. But yeah, it always sucks to think that you've lost out on some good pieces of content that I actually had. I don't know, I can't really make the same jokes again because I feel like I'm just gonna force it though. Nah, it's okay. I'll figure it out. So we've got one last thing to do. Normally it actually cut to what I was gonna do next because I don't really want to show you guys me just running through these temples with nothing. However, we have one last thing to do in Chun-nan. Besides the sun door being open, you can tell that the planet door is also glowing. Like I mentioned in the previous episode, this is just a boss fight repeat of the Dark Gaia Phoenix, so I'm not going to be doing it. I'm just going to be unlocking this door for, well, really my own sake of completion, because you'll need to unlock all the doors for 100% completion. Okay, so we actually need to take care of some of the extra missions of this game, and I'm going to start with Apotos. So we have a Gather the Rings at top speed mission. Now, I do have to mention one thing, and that is the fact that some of these missions may actually have items in them. So the one thing that you need to keep in mind is that a lot of the missions at the start didn't have items, so to compensate, they actually put more items in the rest of the missions. Usually these secret missions have one item per mission, but it's not a hard and fast rule that they can follow. Some of the day stage special missions have two, and it's very random, I should say, which ones do, because this one actually has 0. I verified that myself, actually, because, well, I'd be paranoid if I didn't. So let's break up the pace a bit and give it a bit of variety with a nighttime mission. I almost said stage and time at the same time, and it ended up with stime. But yeah, a nighttime mission where we actually can't break anything on the way.
12 seconds later.
We can't hit any of the pots while dashing, because if you hit the pots while dashing, you break them. The pots, or the barrels, rather. So the way to do this is to sort of dash jump. Now, you could say, well, walking doesn't really affect you breaking these things, is it? And you would be right, except for the fact that we have a very strict time limit to finish off these missions. So I need to dash, and in order to make sure that I don't break anything while dashing, a dash jump is very useful. So yeah, these time limits are really strict. You'll usually end the level with like a second or so to spare, usually a couple seconds, but it's not that big of a deal since time doesn't matter for the race.
Damn.
Alright, for our last secret mission for, well, this episode I should say, we have a bobsled mission, or rather just the bobsled part of Cool Edge, which involves us having to actually get a secret item on the bobsled. So what I'm going to do here is show you a cool little trick. I'm not sure if I actually did this in the original stage, when I originally covered Cool Edge, but you can actually drift with the bobsled. Now, that in and of itself isn't really that big of a deal because, well, you know, drifting is sort of part of the control scheme, and it's kind of natural that it would happen with the bobsled as well. However, one thing that is actually really useful is that you can basically grind yourself to a halt, which I will show off when we need to get the item. Or rather, I'll just show it here. If you keep pressing left and right while drifting, you slow down your pace very quickly. Yes, the acceleration decreases quite a bit. And if you miss the item like that, I actually got that the first time when I practiced this, by the way.
Hello there.
Oh, God, okay. Come on. Okay, cool. You can get the item again. And this is very useful anytime you're on a bobsled, which we will be on a few secret missions later. I made that with very little time to spare, though. That was a little bit... Ooh, that was scary. And with all of that, I think we are done. Hold on, let me just check Chun-nan. Yep, that's the Gaia Gate one. With that all being done, we have unlocked every single secret thing that we can for now at the current level, well, not level, but the current amount of sun and moon medals that we have. So next time, we'll be increasing our moon medal count by going to either Spagonia or Chun-nan. I'll probably make a decision when I start the recording or before I start the next recording. Till then, guys.